I came to Mississippi to fly C-17s for the Air National Guard, and that's essentially a part-time job. And so while I was on full-time orders, in the back of my mind, I was trying to figure out a way to create a business so that I could have something after I got off active duty. And so it just got to the point where, you know, I noticed that there wasn't a lot of food trucks. At the time, there's maybe 1 or 2 food trucks here in Jackson. And I just saw it as an opportunity to be one of the first ones in the market with this type of food. And essentially, I looked through Craigslist, found this truck on Craigslist in Houston and bought it sight unseen. And I created the design, did everything. To be honest with you, it was a scary moment because I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't even have permits here in Jackson, Mississippi, and it was pretty much a gamble. And you know, thankfully, it's panned out. You know, the market's opening up. More and more people are getting used to food trucks. Nashville's big, San Antonio's big, and now finally it's coming here to Jackson. Tito's Tacos is essentially, you know, the whole concept behind it was to bring an authentic Mexican taste. I grew up in Panama, Central America. I grew up cooking. I joined the Army as a cook, and when I came to the United States. And the idea was to create like a fusion of American tacos, but also have the authentic Mexican tacos as if you would, you know, the same way you would eat them as if you went to Mexico.
It was pretty soon after Jackson had passed the ordinance to allow the trucks in the Jackson area. I was working at a retail with my mom, and she was getting ready to retire, so I was either looking at taking over that business or doing the food truck, and I decided to go with the food truck. I wanted to try something new out and take a new direction with my life. The response has been wonderful. I mean, I've got regular customers down here that come out and eat with me. What's really been surprised is how well I've been received by most of the brick and mortars, and the fact that many of them will let me or my guest chefs come in and prep in their kitchens. Well, to have the food truck, you've got to be a little bit more gourmet. I wouldn't have gotten the media attention had I gone and just bought pre-made hamburger patties instead of making them by hand, and doing the gourmet toppings ourselves, like making the pico de gallo in-house, making the pimento cheese in-house, trying different things that are a little bit off the charts for the area, like the deep-fried kimchi hamburger that I have today. I doubt anybody in Mississippi is deep-frying kimchi other than me.
The biggest difficulty here in Jackson, Mississippi is that there's a lot of municipalities that aren't open to the whole food truck concept. You know, and I think it's so new that people, you know, regulation-wise, I don't know that they knew how to, you know, some municipalities don't know how to regulate it. So, you know, there's only certain places that we can go to. You know, we still have to go through all the food inspections and go through everything that restaurants go through. But the hardest part is finding a place to put your food truck, you know, because not a lot of places are open to food trucks at the time. And so just getting through that red tape is difficult, but, you know, I would do it all again knowing what I know now. Right now, the community of food trucks here in Jackson is pretty small. You know, there's about 3 or 4 trucks. You know, what I like about the food truck community that we do have is, you know, everybody's, you know, we're all about getting more food trucks into the market because, you know, it's not really, we're not competing against each other necessarily as much as we're trying to bring more and more food trucks together so that we can attract more and more people. So essentially, we could grab these food trucks, move them to a corner of the street, and it's like having a food court. And so if somebody comes with their family, if they want Mexican food, well, hey, they could have Mexican food, or they could have hamburgers from another food truck. And I guess essentially what would be awesome to see here in Jackson is a food truck park. And that's what you would see like in Nashville or San Antonio or different places where you have an area that has 4, 5, 6, maybe 10, 15 food trucks. People come to eat, and it's like a food court, outdoors, music, festivals, stuff like that.